Yaga yo, guys. When I'm talking on this topic, I want you all to know that the reason why I know, or I have some of the knowledge, and I'm still gaining knowledge, I'm still on my walk, is my dad was a narcopath, and I grew up in a nest with siblings of other narcopaths. I believe one other sibling is on our side, but the majority of my siblings, obviously, when you're growing up as a narcopath, when you grow up, and you're in a nest of narcopaths, what you have is the narcopath parent. He manipulates the siblings to compete over their attention or their affection. So you end up with a group of narcopaths. And that's basically what happened in my scenario. Now, speaking on that topic, it would be, it has put me in a position now that I can look back and know all the different situations where we were being groomed to be supply for my parent narcopath despotic leader. So why I say that, I was in the park recently skating around, and as I was skating around, one of my narcopath exes just happened to be in the park, in the big huge park that there is. This witch comes and she sits right next to the group I was with, and we were all skating around, and she turned her back towards me, and she was there with someone laughing, talking, that she was doing a smear campaign, talking about me and mocking me, and seemed like they were having a great time. And I impressed myself. I completely ignored her. I focused on myself, focused on learning to skate. I would fall over, they would be there laughing at me, mocking, jeering, and I just ignored this woman. Now, I think I spoke about her in another video. I can give you so many points that tell you the red flags, how she was a narc. But on that part of my journey, and a lot of you are going to think like this, you're going to be at the stage where you're going to be like, you can still entertain narcopaths because you can spot them. This is not a good strategy, guys. Being around a narcopath, your life will be the price. Everything will go down. Every single metric of your being will go in the reverse. It's actually quite sad. Narcopaths are a continual op. They are a continual op spiritually. These guys, they tend to, even if you were flowering, if you had a flower in the house, that flower would die. That you need to water it, would die. They are actually NPCs, mirroring us, energy vampiring your energy. And as they're doing this, as they are sort of pulling you down into your lower state of consciousness, what tends to happen is they start elevating in the world and you start regressing. So your career goes down the hill. I remember the first sign that I noticed about this particular narcopath was that she started to hang out on Friday. She would message me in the week, "Oh, Friday, do you want to hang out on Friday? Do you want to hang out on Friday?" And I'd be like, "Oh yes." I'd spend my week. I had another narc boss, and that narc boss would send me on these jobs, and they were far out. No, I'll take accountability. Yeah, I chose to have that time with her, but my job, it was like I'd work the week driving out to all these far council estates, and he'll give me a job where I'd have to change maybe 20 lights by myself. I'll be in this flat, not even with a team of people or with another person, installing these new LED censored lights. I'd be there by myself, ripping out the old lights, turn off the lights, the power, ripping out all the old lights and putting new lights in. I'd do it myself, and by the end of that week, on that Friday, I'll just be like, oh, sod it, let me go and get drunk. Now, this is not a good thing. This isn't something that I was proud of, but I was unawakened at the time. Let me just wipe my face. Oh, it's a nice bit of sun today. It's ruining the... Hold on, is that better? Sorry, I'm not even looking at the screen. So what I'll do, she would message me on a Wednesday, and the same thing every time I would hang out. And I'd be like, yeah, sure. And she would come over. I would pay for everything. So by the end of this, happened like maybe 4 or 5 times. I'd look around. Bank money had gone down. No food in my fridge. No any like things that I would have around the house, just like I don't know, snacks, anything in the cupboard. Everything was just finished. She wasn't replacing it, so she was just using me for all of my stuff, basically. Everything, alcohol, substance, everything. I paid for it. So I was like, hold on a minute here, I'm losing out here. Yeah, even at the end of the day, I don't know how, but I managed to continue with that work. But at the end of this work, I finally did actually end up leaving that job. But I saw this girl, and while she's there in the park, laughing, mocking around, but this person is a complete cretin, a narcopath, someone who, you know, they don't have anything going for them. And as I'm there learning to skate, falling over, you know, trying to putting myself out there publicly, doing something, she's there. She hasn't lost any weight. Her skin was awful. She didn't change. Nothing had changed about her. And that's the thing about these narcs. So she probably doesn't have a new supply. When they have a supply, because they're codependent like us but worse, they're always with someone. But she managed to sit on a bench in the park right next to the dog group, massive park, lots of benches. She could have seen me and walking past and could have walked on, but she chose to sit there watching, put her back to me so energetically to give the image that she's rejecting me, but all her energy was on me. And that's what happened, guys. I just completely ignored her. I didn't even speak about her to a friend. I'm making this video about her, so maybe I'm sending some energetic waves her way. But in terms of that day, I just focused on myself. This is what you got to learn to try and do with these narcopaths. When you go no contact with family members, with friend groups, workplaces, you have to learn to actually shut these cretins out completely. Shut them out. Don't think about them. Don't talk about them. Don't message them. Don't when you're there and all your group is there, you know, you may have the inkling to want to tell your friend, oh, look at that narcopath that I used to date and she done this and she... Don't do that. Literally ignore them. Do what you're doing. Let them just live in their perpetual state of hell. Because that's literally how they are. That's what they're living. Nothing is good about these people. Nothing in their life is positive. Nothing is happy. You're having a nice time. You're learning a new hobby. You've got a complete new group. You're in a new state of life. You've actually worked a complete new job. You've turned your life around. You've got back everything that they stole from you. And they are there mocking you, laughing at you. So these people are complete jokers. Don't believe the lies. Don't believe the image they're trying to put on you. And it's actually hilarious how they put on this facade. Now, if you are in the worst possible state and you're run down, homeless, in a ditch, even then, you will not be as low as a narcopath. Narcopaths live in their own hell on earth. Now, if you're thinking about spending time with a narcopath, let me advise you against it. These people literally will waste years, months of your life. I'm fighting narcopaths now on email, on certain things which I might make a new video about that, about a record label that won't leave my work alone, continue to try to steal and not give me correct accounting for my work, my intellectual property, my name and likeness, music, etc. So if you deal with them, know that everything negative will be put out about you because they want a reason to justify what they're doing to you. There is no justification to abuse anyone, to take from people, but this is what they do. They look for negative things about you, and then with that they will try their best to isolate you. They'll try to ostracize you, turn people against you, work behind the scenes, steal from you, all the possible things that they'll do. So that's what I'm trying to put across here. If you've got an opportunity to avoid these people, once you get an inkling that is what you're dealing with, take a step back, take a step out. I'm not sure why that man is looking at my trousers, but I'm not sure. People are weird, but take my word for it. Anyway, keep moving forward positively. See you on the next one.